I can't hear you guys.
Hello, my bonny bears, and welcome to Not So Straight Talk on the 13th of March. This evening on the panel, you've got myself, all the way from Liverpool, Chrissy Friday, and the Bells
Hello,
Hill
my
bombshell
gorgeous
of
gentlemen and creatures.
Yomi
What?
Divine.
Don't do that again. She talked over my intro. Not having it.
Deal with it. We also have very special guests all the way from Pride Glasgow's Drag Race on TikTok. Try saying that 5 times, we are pissed. Candy, who was on last week, who made it into the bottom 2 this week, and the winner of Snatch Game, Giza Gobble. How are you doing, girls?
Loving life.
Feeling fabulous.
Candy's going to sit there and stay quiet.
Oh, I'm just here for the tea, honey.
Coming off. So, how have we all been? Hello, Lewis. How are you?
Wonderful.
Oh, let's go into the comments. It's my favourite bit.
Now, remember, and Candy's off again. Now, remember, send a wee message. Let us know that you're here. While we comment in, if you're enjoying yourself and you want to help support out of work cross dressers, right, you can leave a wee donation at the bottom. It's paypal.me/thevestagirls. And that, well, I mean, it's expensive to look this cheap. Right, so you can pop any spare change in there, you know, £1, £2, £20, whatever you fancy. You don't need to. It's not compulsory, but it is essential.
Just be careful. She might be watching.
Oh, she probably will be. Hello, Erin. How are you? And Emma's here as well. There we go. Hello,
Oh,
Emma.
hello, Emma.
Hiya.
I've never felt so popular. I've got 3
We
people.
seem to have lost Candy for the moment, but don't worry. I'm sure she'll pop back eventually.
Because she was in the bottom. She's taking the huff.
Probably. You probably need to find out whether she's eliminated or not, because she came on to this before it was announced.
Oh, fuck. Probably, aye.
She was too excited.
Oh,
It's fine, because I was watching the announcement and she's sitting there and I paused it and started talking about last week, and I could see her face dropping. I'm going, wait, I've not got to your bit yet. I was talking about last week, so I'm saying, so, all right, okay. Because I was talking about how last week I got screwed over on when it came to announcing it, because the judge announcing who was staying and who was going, I had a wee bit in it telling Charlotte, I'm really sorry, but you'll have to pull your socks up for Snatch Game because you're staying. Right. Meant to be a wee bit of fun, you know, give him a wee heart attack. He was going to be eliminated even after everything else had happened. But when they posted the video, they posted it with Cherry Trifle, who's the sort of like the main sort of like host. Before my video going, Charlie Bump Divine, you're a winner, baby. Shantae, you stay. Then me going, I'm sorry, Charlie, but... So it was a fucking waste of a joke. And this week they didn't. They just went straight to Ginger telling you. Oh, hello, Daddy. How are you?
Hiya.
Hello, sweetheart.
Do we know Danny, no?
Well, we will now.
You're never
Who
too rich
hasn't
to
had
throw away a
Danny?
friend.
I feel that it's a drag queen.
I know Danny
But
Minogue. The real Danny Minogue.
I'm pretty sure it's a drag queen. And I'm
Danny.
not 100% sure where they're from, because I think I'm mixing them up. I'm sure every time I see them on my Facebook, I mix them up with someone else. So either it is the person I think it is, and I'm just not putting 2 and 2 together, or it's not the person I think it is. And I don't want to say who I think it is just in case.
Well, Danny, you tell us who you are.
Tell us all your dear secrets.
Surprise, 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 Danny, this is your life. We've all gathered
Oh,
here
it's
today
so
for the
nice
roast
to
of
see
Danny.
you, Candy. You finally joined us.
Yes, it kept cutting
It's
me out.
how long she's staying for. That's
Aye.
the tricky bit.
I was about to say, she doesn't look too happy.
Mm-mm.
I know you don't. You're right.
It kept cutting me out, and I was like, see if this stopped. Like, I swear to God. But I'm here now, so it's fine.
Technology, eh?
Hi, Jackie. Oh wait, that's not the put my jewelry on.
I thought it was other Jackie. I'm going. Oh, I missed it. Right. That's
No,
fine.
I'm saying that's what I feel like here the night sitting in a woman's dress with the one ginger coloured wig and the eyebrow.
Is there a wee vodka in it?
No.
So, Glasgow's Drag Race on TikTok. That
Right, Candy, you're ripping the piss now.
How the hell did she gone again?
She's away for a
Can't
fight.
keep a face on you.
No,
You
I'll
did
tell
it
you about
again.
that. It's the other Jackie because.
Hi!
What stage is here?
Oh, she is! Are you love?
You fucking speak about shit and it hits you in the face.
If you're going for Jessica Rabbit, you failed your poo.
Hello, Tracy. Oh, that's I've got. Jackie, I might actually just sit back and let you three deal with it, and I'll just sit here press the comments.
But
What are we
still
dealing
missing,
with?
we're still missing Candy.
Listen,
We're
Right.
Bobbing out.
talking about Pride Glasgow's TikTok, the real drag race.
What
That's
quite
English
enjoyed it this week,
This English twat wants to talk about Meghan and Harry.
right? Well, let's talk about the TikTok thing because I quite enjoyed it.
On you go, Jackie. You take the floor.
At least somebody
My-
did, Jackie.
My winner was John McClane. That was genius.
That was so good.
I mean, let's be
That's
fair.
fine, Jackie, because the actual winner's sitting next to you.
Aye, that's good. She's marvellous as well. But
It's all right, Jackie. See you in court.
No,
you'll never win. So, yeah, that
No,
I just thought
I
that
thought
was
John McClane
just-
was very good, though.
the makeup could have been better. That was my only critique. The makeup was a bit kind of a slapdash because John McClane is perfect. Absolutely perfect. And I just thought it was a bit sloppy, but hey ho. But the whole characterization, yeah, that was great. And to be fair, I don't know what to call you, Giza or Giza Gobble. No, it's words I've not said for years. You were fab as well. I mean, when I saw the text, I just thought, oh yeah, here we go. And
I
did
pride
you
myself on my
actually fit
text.
the whole bar in your mouth at the one time?
Yeah, what annoyed me was TikTok cut me off right before I could actually show you me doing the whole thing. It pays
Right.
off not to have a gag reflex.
Pays off to have a move that big. That's Jackie.
Well, my gag reflex is no the best. It's no put me in very good stead with ex-boyfriends over here.
They don't call me Giza Bobble for nothing.
Yeah,
Well,
Can you take a screenshot of this? Because Jackie Wamwig's got a different wig on.
hashtag one
guys.
mic.
I don't know how
I
to
was
take a
at the here- I
screenshot,
was
but
at-
what I
well-
can do is I can send you the full recording
Of what?
of this.
This right? Nobody wants a recording of this. Life's fucking enough.
Right, Candy's froze.
Right. No, mate, do me a favour. Go and stop touching your fucking hair.
I know, sorry. I can't.
Every week it's
It makes it change my sets. It used to be weeks of just no more that the whole time.
and yes,
So,
I'm having a small sherry.
Oh, well, chin darling. I'm having some Sauvignon Blanc.
I feel now that Jackie's here, I want a drink. I can only deal with Jackie piss.
I kind of want a drink as well, but I'm driving down the road. Although the road's shut, I could just sleep here the night, couldn't I? No, don't give yourself ideas.
Oh, Candy's gone again.
I've only got a bottle of shots in my cupboard that you've left.
But yeah,
Just think,
TikTok.
once things reopen and we're allowed inside, we could all get together and just get pissed and do one of these.
Let's do that.
Oh, that would be fabulous.
And we'll do this really quickly and then do like the after show. It's caution, we will be pissed doing this and just do
Aye.
shots.
I'll
till
get the
3 in
shots
the
in the
morning.
wardrobe.
So,
What did they think of
I'm
it?
trying
Anyone
to
else?
think what?
Once again, I thought this was a
So-
really good week. I think a lot of the impressions were really good. I loved
Yes.
Jennifer Coolidge.
Yes, they were very good. I have to say, yes, and
Nope.
I think the pace has been picked up as well as the quality.
Like
Hmm.
everyone's
We'll get rid of people that did they want to be here in the first place? I don't know. Did they?
don't go into that again. We had Effie doing that for tours last week.
No,
Don't get into a
no.
competition and then moan about the fucking rules. Oh, see there, I'm away.
Oh, I know that is what I was talking about last week.
I was
No, but as I said, I don't care if you disagree with the judge's decision. I disagree with a lot of judges' decisions and things. What I don't agree with and won't accept is putting messages into a group chat saying, I won't be doing what I've signed up for, and put someone in the bottom that deserves to be there. When not that's decision. Go into the bottom, do what you've been told to do, and prove why we were wrong.
Mm.
But they're away, and that's fine. And I wish them all the best in their future endeavours. But with their current attitude, I don't see them lasting very long.
I'm very known for giving my very frank opinion, as you will know. And to be fair, I don't think she would have lasted. There's not much there. There's no substance. There's no look.
Yours, Jackie, you come across a cunt. Naomi has got resting bitch face. I can be a cunt sometimes. That's fine, but there's still none of us turn round and send people messages saying you shouldn't be doing that and I should be doing this. And that's right. We do our
Especially
job.
when
We turn up.
But hey-ho.
But I wish her all the best. And I apologise if she's your pal, geezer, or anything like that. And you just feel as if we'll snatch
No,
the way
it's fine.
again.
We are pals, but my mouth's shut in the situation. I will say for Snatch Game, she was gonna do confessional Lawrence Cheney,
Oh,
which I've heard the impersonation of is comedy gold, and I'm kind of upset that we didn't get to see it, but they did what they did. They said what they said. They're out.
well
it is what it is.
other than yourself, the one who
So there was the opportunity to come on here last week, and I understand we're upset, where they could have done a comedy snatch game and proved why it was a big mistake them not continuing the competition. They could have done the lip sync and won it. I don't think that they shouldn't be doing anything because it went out last week. I don't think they're going to last long because of how they went out last week.
I mean, I had very strong words to say to them as well with what had happened, and we're best of pals. But I had strong words. I was like, "That's not right, Hen. It's not right."
However, that's what we spoke about last week. I don't expect another 2 hours of me going again. So we can sort of like pop that to the side, right, and potentially talk about it once the competition's finished. Come back and talk about all the drama of the competition and sort out that. But I'm just seeing for that Candy's not appeared back yet. Hopefully, we'll get it back soon. I'll keep an eye out.
So other than yourself, Keezer, who was your favourite this week?
I didn't expect him to be my favourite. I expected Reese Spectrum to be in the bottom just because of who they picked, and they blew me away with who they'd done. I wasn't aware of how the makeup should have looked until I seen who they were supposed to be, and I was like, okay, I do agree with Jackie, but they blew me away. And the fact they got a dig into Sugar I was like, oh, it's the only one that made me scream. It takes a lot to make me scream, but that moment got me.
I am known for having a version to new drag technology like clicking. I clicked when she did the joke about Sugar.
Hey, come on.
No, but it was more the fact that you had the balls to in the snatch game make that comment.
Exactly. It honestly took me by surprise. I was sitting there going, oh, this is funny. She's got this down. I like this. And then that happens, and I went, right, I've lost. She's the winner there.
Like, I was more surprised how well people sounded and looked like the people. I didn't particularly laugh at all the answers, but I think nearly everyone done a good impression of the person.
I'd agree. I think Candy as well. She sounded exactly like Barbie in my head.
Yeah.
Speaking of the devil,
thank
she's here,
you.
isn't she?
Oh, she joined us. Finally, she's back again.
It won't be for long.
I bet.
I hope it is for long.
But yeah,
like goes again.
No, I know
She's
it'll cut me
froze.
out.
She'll be away. Oh, look, she's changed her name to This Better Work.
Oh my god. She jinxed herself.
But yeah, like overall, I was just really, really amazed, like how the whole thing just worked together. Like doing the online thing, like, you know, it's not easy. I know it's not easy, and I know you girls put so much work into it. So I just have to congratulate all of you for that. So
Do you know-
well done.
Do you know,
Well
I was
done.
surprised that, like, I kind of know Gary King. I don't find that funny at all. I think it was a good impression. It was a good
yeah,
impression, but it wasn't funny. It was too
I thought she
realistic.
done a good job, but yeah, there weren't
Like,
any
it was-
punchlines, there weren't any jokes, and the
It looked
jokes
like
that, yeah, they just weren't landing.
It looked like, and there's lots of energy in the video. It's just
Mm,
they
Very
weren't
that.
funny. It's like she was trying to actually be this character.
right. But that's what it is with Snatch Game, innit? You want to be that character, but you also want it to be just have fun with it. And when people say that, they mean like just create your own shit. Just don't answer the questions the way they're meant to be answered. Just create your own stuff and just go with it. And you know, that's where the comedy goal is.
That's where I think a lot of people with Snatch Game, even in like proper Drag Race, kind of fall down, is when they just mimic the person. They just say the quotes that we know them for. Like, okay, the celebrity's already said that. Give us something
Exactly.
else. Give us what you
Exactly.
think.
Do something that they wouldn't do naturally. Just take it out of the comfort zone and just make it fun.
Exactly. That's why I got, for Jennifer Coolidge, I got a few of the quotes in, but then
You
most of
did?
what I said was, she'd never say that. Never.
Oh, 100%. Like,
And where do
when
you
you
put
said
the
the
quote-
bend and snap thing, I was just like, because I'm a
And where do you-
massive Legally Blonde fan. So, you know,
Yes.
you doing that
And we-
was just like,
And where you put the quotes actual answered to questions and all. It wasn't just, well, this is what she done for it's going in somewhere.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you either done it at the start to set up, right, there's the quote, that's what she looks like, we know exactly who you are. And then you done the whole hot dog and eating thing that fitted in with the answer.
Exactly. I really tried to work it out to get them in, and if it didn't go in, because there's so many Jennifer Coolidge quotes, if it didn't fit, it wasn't going in. As is my motto with most things.
I'm sure it would fit.
Who's been talking, Jackie?
Oh, I've seen your face. That's plenty.
oh,
All right.
Nobody's mentioned Mary Poppins yet. Now, again,
Oh,
a bit lackluster, but hilarious. That was genius. The actual answers were they were relevant to
Yeah.
the Mary Poppins and relevant to the actual question.
Mm.
And it had a full theme. It had a full thing. It just had, I don't know, it just lacked something. Luster.
so you're saying it was lackluster?
Jennifer Coolidge was right there in your face, right there. There was no getting away from it. And I think there was too much to distract, like behind with those curtains and the brawly and the person reading, and there was too much to take in.
Yeah,
Rather
I
than
will say though,
just-
it is. See the length of the questions that they gave us. They were 60 seconds alone.
They're not TikTok appropriate.
Exactly. I was like,
That's
all right,
it.
how are we going to say this in 60 seconds then? But we managed. But yeah, with
What
the
was
Mary
missing for
Poppins
me
one,
with Snatch
I
Game?
love them.
It's the interactions. What we meant for me was the interactions, which you couldn't do in TikTok. But I think there was it wasn't as enjoyable to watch a TikTok Snatch Game as it is to watch it on like TV Drag Race or when people do them and sort of like live shows where you actually get to have interaction, show people embodying the character rather than doing 3 seconds of, oh, here's an answer that sounds like the person. You can actually see them
Well, in
do
Snatch
things.
Snatch Game on Drag Race is basically an improv and comedy challenge.
That's what it is, isn't it?
But on TikTok, it's a comedy writing /
Mhm.
impersonation challenge. So it's a
Exactly, and I would love to maybe not. I don't know where, but anywhere. I would love to get the queens back in their characters and do some sort of Snatch Game. I would love to do a full show as Jennifer Coolidge. After I'd filmed it, I could not stop talking like her all day. I was just like, oh,
Well, that's it. Once
love
you get
it.
into it, it's just it's wonderful. Once you get into it, you can embody it, and yeah.
I was just like, oh, I can't wait for my iron brew.
Oh,
I overthink things like Snatch Game because I was thinking like, oh, Jennifer Coolidge is great, but it's Jennifer Coolidge's characters. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's not that I overthink things like that. I was like, oh, I can't do that because it's her characters from different movies I'm impersonating.
I think I would struggle with Snatch
Same like,
Game.
same like Angel, she basically done the House Bunny. She said the actress name, but basically done the House Bunny. Which
Yeah.
it was like Jennifer Coolidge in the House Bunny was hilarious and it was great answers. But I would overthink that and probably put myself in the bottom.
You're always in the bottom.
Sorry.
That's your trouble.
Just before she goes to work, Charlie has actually joined us. You know how we brought Geese and Candy on because if Charlie was eliminated, Charlie couldn't actually make it on. Charlie's been eliminated and has made it on before she goes to work. So hello, Charlie, how are you doing?
I'm
hello,
okay, how are you?
darling.
Hi guys.
Oh,
Can you
How
hear
are
me?
you feeling?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, I feel fine. I don't think I put in as much effort as everyone else, and it was definitely my time to go. I don't think it was a lack of effort or a lack of wanting the competition. I feel I just had other things going on that maybe took priority over the competition that I should have thought about before I entered the competition. But there was no point pulling a sugar and saying that I didn't deserve to be there. It was more than deserved. It was. I was going to drop out and say on you go Candy, but I got asked to lip sync and I did sign up to something, so I may as well do the competition that I signed up for.
Well, you should
And
did lip
I
sync.
believe
That's
that
more.
Candy won the lip sync, and it is what it is. I wasn't prepared, so
but can we just have a great shout out for Charlie for yeeting something across the room with their foot during the lip sync?
yeah, I should have moved my work uniform, that's for sure. But I can't
Love
do it again.
So,
Well,
normally we
I'm
ask them,
happy.
what would you have done for Snatch Game if you'd stayed? But they've done Snatch Game now. And I also found out that, see the list I've got of challenges and judges and stuff like that? Turns out it was Natalie said to the contestants. So I've been talking about things that the contestants had no idea that was happening. So,
All
what
right.
would you have done if you'd stayed in the competition?
I think I did an okay at reading challenge. I don't think I'm in a position to be reading, but we got the celebrities, and they are Katie Hopkins, Jacob Rees-Mogg, and who's the other one, Giza? Piers Morgan.
Piers Morgan, yeah.
So it's
Oh,
all
three
people that
cunts together.
it's
Ugh.
all people
Okay,
that deserve to be read,
um,
and there won't be any unkindness because you can read them.
As much as I agree with that, they've made a mistake by picking 3 people that are very right wing. They've just set themselves up as being a left wing organ. Actually, who gives a fuck? Because all the people that would moan, about the fact that they were the 3 being red and there was a bias and all that. I'm the fucking watching Pride
Yeah,
Glasgow
I
Dragons
think-
for
I think-
TikTok.
I think that is a bias, but it's a fair bias. So they've just picked 3 cunts basically, rather than 3 people that are relevant or whatever. They've just picked 3 people that are easy to read, I suppose, and make fun of. Or they read
That's how we pick
themselves.
the panel each week.
I'm just looking forward to taking down Katie. Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Also,
Users.
when was she relevant?
Katie
While.
Hopkins.
She
2006.
Yeah.
was funny in Big Brother before she went totally right wing.
Ah.
Yeah,
The only
Yeah.
thing I ever
she was
loved
quite
about
relevant
her
when she was
was
chasing
you on
Paris Hilton around Big
And-
Brother. That's the only time I've ever found her entertaining.
I actually kind of
The only-
started to like.
The only reason that funny was because when we did interview on this morning,
I'll translate.
she was talking about first names, that she just by first names, and then
Yes.
Yeah.
Our daughter's called India.
I don't like
she
these
was
people's
doing-
geographical
what was
first names.
talking about how she
And then-
judged
You don't
by I don't like location. And her child's called India.
Exactly. And she had then the gall, the
Glory
audacity,
madness.
the goopery to then say, that's not named, she's not named after a place.
Sorry,
Does she know?
we lost Charlie there. I was sorry, we lost Candy there, and I was just checking that I hadn't pressed a button and I hadn't. It's Candy's internet's away, but I think she's back now. 2 seconds. Let's try again.
So the whole
Candy's
people
been on and
came
off
tonight.
times in a bride's night then.
By the way, Jackie, just as a sort of preamble, pre-warner, Candy's 15, so we have to be very careful what we say.
15.
I'm sure Candy knows the meaning of cunt just the same as we know.
I know, but I've still got to deworm you because I've got child protection officers watching.
We did
I'll be
decide
ready
anything.
by the morning.
So, have we been through all the contestants? No,
Mm-hmm.
have we?
Mm-hmm. Let's move on to Meghan Markle.
Right.
Meghan
Oh, no,
and
just
Harry.
before that, is there anything that you want to say about Glasgow Drag Race TikTok before we move on? Anything that's happened this week that you want to go off your chest, or
How do you feel
No.
about sharing this top story?
I
Um,
felt exposed.
Yeah, I didn't feel it was relevant to the competition at this point. I don't really see the need in it, but
I could
What was saying,
understand, you know, like what Charlie's saying, I could understand if we were top 2, top 3 to get that side, because that's what they do anyway in Drag Race. But I felt a wee bit exposed, but it was actually quite healthy. On mine, I said, you know, saying the words was hard enough. I'm not going to be doing it again. I'm very, very hard on out of drag me. So I felt really difficult saying nice things. Felt a wee bit weird, but it was quite nice to put it out there.
Because when
So
you go to
that's-
watch them and the video starts, every one of you look like you have cried your eyes out before you've done it.
That's why I used pictures. I was like, no, you're not
no,
seeing
I
me
looked as if I
cry.
had been. I looked as if I had been smoking all sorts. My eyes are that red. Like,
I don't know
Not-
whether
not
they've been
good.
crying or whether all
I'm
of them
sorry.
did what I would probably done, where they done their Snatch Game video, took their makeup off, and then filmed their advice video. So all of them have got big red eyes because they spent ages scrubbing the makeup off.
Face is like a bladder. Mine is like a bladder. I have to take
Ooh.
mine off as well. Mm-hmm.
I'm ugly before I put my face on. I'm effing ugly when the face is on. I'm really fucking ugly when the face comes back off.
And I'll say,
right before
A
we go to
beautiful
Meghan
all the
Markle, I don't know if I should say
Mhm.
it, but oh, that's fine.
you know, your eyebrows are something else. You've swept them in with
There
that
is someone in
hairdo.
the competition who shouldn't be in the competition.
Oh! Who do you tell? Who do you think that is?
Okay,
A mess.
wait to get comfy. Who?
Is she on the screen?
Is she here right now? Hmm.
Even if you just fucking say it, you've started now.
No, she's
Who is
Not-
in the competition that
she's
shouldn't
not on the
be?
screen. She's not on the screen. I did have concerns over a 15-year-old being in it, but part of that is because the person that's in it shouldn't be in it.
Right,
I
I know.
think your online behaviour and who you support and who your friends are should be taken into consideration before you enter a competition.
Oh!
Okay.
Who are we talking about? I've missed something.
Reese Spectrum.
No, I want to know more, honey.
I think I need to know more as well.
Because she
I think
was and may still be friends with Anita, who had a big exposure last year
so,
of behaviour,
and she
allegedly.
Ow.
But-
not really
but-
allegedly,
no.
but screenshots and over 10 people speaking about it.
Is that
I feel
enough
like-
to tar Reese with that brush Right, I think you need to be very clear why you're
Yes,
saying we shouldn't be there.
No,
And make,
I understand
I'm
that.
just going to say early before you start talking about
shouldn't
Anita.
if he was just friends with Anita, yeah, 2 seconds. I understand what you're saying. If he was just friends and you can't help who your friends are, well, but however, getting the information that he got and publicly supporting Anita online as well as in person changes the dynamics of, well, you can't help who your friends are. If you've been given information that your friend's a paedophile and you still publicly and personally support them, I feel like
I
you
go to
shouldn't be given a
Newcastle with
platform.
them.
Yep. And doing it and then publicly supporting them online, I don't think you should be given a platform, especially a platform that is on TikTok and could have a large audience, especially a younger audience
Wow.
on TikTok.
Wow.
I'll need filled in later.
So
That's what
No,
she said.
we can fill you in later. Yay! The first week that I actually go, by the way, I meant to moderate these, and I'm actually going to have to moderate it. So,
Hang
what
fire.
you're saying
Oh,
sorry.
Giza Gobble, you've been awful quiet the past 10 minutes.
It's a subject.
she looks shocking.
Yeah,
It's not much to think of.
So, just to clarify, is your right? So, what you're saying, and correct me if I'm wrong. What you're saying
You always need to talk.
I know, but I'm just trying to keep it legal. Just kind of, what you're saying is, and I'm not saying I disagree with you. I'm just having to try and do this two sides of the one coin thing. That they shouldn't be in the competition because they are friends with someone who's been accused of doing something, even though they've not been accused of doing it themselves.
No, we're beating around.
Just by association,
We're beating around the bushes.
shouldn't
I think if
have any sort of platform.
I was sent to a competition and I was being friends with someone is one thing. Publicly and privately supporting them and saying, oh, well, there's nothing wrong with touching, or there's nothing wrong with their behaviour, when it's proven there is something wrong with their behaviour, and then supporting it online, it doesn't sit right with me. If you want to be given a platform,
I see.
Did we ever say that there was nothing wrong with their behaviour? Oh, I'm asking that as a genuine question. What I saw was
publicly
and other people saying they've not been charged. You know what I mean? So, like, you're blacking their name, they've not been charged. I'm not aware of this, etc. Did they ever say that what they were being accused of was okay?
Effie, I'm limiting you to 4 words a question. Fucking hell.
I feel like
Yeah.
I could win the hussies with you as well. Yes, they publicly come out and supported Anita and Anita's previous behaviour. I feel if you are going to be given a platform, especially on TikTok, where it is a younger audience, we may as well face facts. TikTok's average age is a 13-year-old user. To publicly support that and then be given a platform, I think if it was a Glasgow run competition or there was more queens involved who knew about the behaviour, they certainly wouldn't have been allowed to compete. Not just for being friends. I understand you can't help who your friends are, past or current, but to publicly support bad behaviour and then be allowed to be given a platform, it doesn't sit right with me.
That is something else, yeah.
I have to say I agree.
I agree as well.
I agree.
If it was bad online behaviour, like some people do, where they run their mouth or they've got issues with drink or drugs, that's a whole separate thing, and they're changed or whatever, that's different. You should totally be allowed to change and be given a platform. But when it involves paedophilia and children, and you're just brushing it off and acting blasé about it online and in person, nah, it doesn't sit right with me.
I mean, that's another thing, like, you know, 1, to have a conversation in private, and 2, to have an online conversation and to agree with certain things that has been doing to certain people. That just, yeah, as you just said, it doesn't sit right with me.
I agree that everyone should be judged on their own merit and who they are. But I agree with the fact that if they have publicly condoned allegedly this behaviour, and they have,
That's it.
through social media and everything else, shown they're still friends with this person.
No. You don't dish your dirt on social media, and that is
And-
something that we're going to continue talking about later.
And in a competition on a platform that is predominantly a younger audience, with young contestants in with this competition, with
so we've got a
depending
15-year-old in the competition. We've got a few people that are, in fact, we've got myself that's been through exploitation and whatever, and then you've got Anita's pal competing. It was just a very strange mix all at once.
So is this maybe more on the competition side then? Should they be more aware of that? Do you think they're aware of it? Because they might not be aware.
They are aware of it.
So I
Oh.
said things from
Wait.
a child protection.
Basically, at the start, and because I'm now going to put my foot in, I was trying to stabilise it. At the start, I did put a message in, and I'll be honest with you. One, it's saying, why is a 15-year-old in a competition sponsored by a bar? Right? And also, there's nothing you can really do about these, but be careful and the reason why. And it was literally just because of my background in youth arts and child protection stuff being, there is no reason for Reese to be, you can't, for not putting Reese in it. Be warned that there is accusation against his friend. And what was done, as far as I'm aware, was Anita was blocked from watching the competition.
Yep.
And be aware, just in case there was anything sort of like said and stuff like that. And as far as I'm aware, the policy for the contestants, and I may be wrong, was that contestants were not allowed to contact Candy outside of their group chat.
Yeah,
I could be wrong.
It wasn't just Candy that message was aimed at. It was aimed at, let's keep everything in the group chat so that it's professional and everything is
Aye.
in the one place, which is fair enough. If you don't...
Because I had expressed a concern about, and the possibility, and this is not me saying that it would happen or saying that Reese would do it or anything like that, the possibility from having had to do stuff like this before of Reese and anyone becoming sort of friendly, offering advice, and then providing access to someone who has been accused of inappropriate sexual conduct with minors.
Well, the fact that you're all in the group chat and doing this together and you become friendly, after lockdown, if you agreed to meet somewhere, the fact that she is now friends is at one degree of separation from this person. It's putting vulnerable people too close into a situation they shouldn't be in. It's decreasing the distance of actual getting into this person's circle.
Fuck me.
Like I don't believe that you can stop Reese from doing that competition.
Oh no, I'm
if they
not
wish,
saying
because
I'm not saying kick Reese out and bring me in, or that's not from bitterness. I'm just saying from the start Reese shouldn't have been there.
no, but
That's all.
even at the start, Reese's association with someone else, just because he is personally friend with that person, I don't think you can really legitimately throw them out. Had Reese applied for the competition was not being run by Pride Glasgow and was being run by Trigger, Mother Tucker, the Vesta Girls, or someone that was aware of that, I think there's a way where possibly they don't get cast.
Yeah.
And like that sound can be made. Once they were cast and it was made aware to Pride Glasgow, as much as I agree with you, had I need to be in the competition, I would have kicked up shit and went, they're out of that competition now. They're out of that competition now, or they need to actually answer the accusations been made against them, because you can't. But I don't think Reese. I don't think you can say that Reese can't be in that competition. As I said at the time, although I didn't say it was about Reese, there was one of these lies. I think it was the one that I did myself as Clean Jean, and talked about you be friends with who you want, but don't be upset if people decide not to associate with you because of who you associate with. That's fairly reasonable. I think, yes, the competition need to be aware and the contestants need to be aware of the relationship that is there, and just be careful that of the possibility of that happening. but Reese hasn't done anything and hasn't been accused of anything, to my knowledge,
No,
that
no,
would
no.
warrant
no.
him not being
No.
put in the competition, other than being
His own
friends
right.
with someone that there's allegations against. Right,
No,
it's like
just the-
any allegation made against
Yeah.
me, saying like
It's more
that
the.
Nomi
It
or
was,
Sally couldn't do anything.
it was more the online behaviour after the fact with Reese that I don't
Uh-huh.
agree with. Like just blasé and say,
I
well,
personally didn't agree with it, but I'm not. There's nothing there to legitimately go. No, oh, for fuck's sake, no, man.
So this conversation's getting awfully deep.
what are
You
you drinking?
are
Laura?
scum, Nomi. Scum. Absolute scum. For the choice of the drink and the choice of the receptacle of said aforementioned drink.
Evening,
No.
John.
What the drink?
I'm not going to
You
get.
I've got a minor night.
You'll talk fucking Mary a drink. Oh, shut up, Dub. Gonna you put that phone somewhere it'll only fall. Jesus, wait.
I'm trying. It's doing my tits in, Jackie. I'm sorry. Hen.
Oh, you're doing my
John,
tits
how
in.
are you?
But Jackie, by the way, that's your granddaughter,
Who?
The
Charlie.
one
I
starting all
wouldn't
the
be saying
trouble.
that after my performance in that
six.
competition.
I keep my horn in my head.
Oh God, no.
Mhm.
Can I say that means I'm very posh?
Oh, I see.
I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Oh, somebody else could talk for 2 minutes. Quick, cram it in.
Quick. Do we feel happy to move on to Meghan and Harry?
Aye.
Yeah.
Like, go, Jackie. You take the floor. What do you think?
Mm.
I
Go
just
for it.
feel it's none of my business, right? I don't really care, to be fair, right?
Mhm.
But Piers Morgan on the telly,
Oh, don't get me started on that bitch.
giving it lousy. It's like you are not a medical professional, not a GP, not anything. So you sitting saying you don't believe her and she's a liar. What's it got to do with you? He shouldn't be having a platform to say that she is lying and she hasn't felt suicidal.
But he's always
Aye.
getting himself involved in things he shouldn't.
I mean, look,
the girl's phone.
if you hire a bulldog to beat a bulldog on the TV,
Are you talking to Effie and she's not even here?
he's gonna buy.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, I completely understand where Meghan is coming from. Look, let's just look back historically at the family, at the royals themselves. Just back 400 or 500 years ago. Look at the empire, look at the British Empire, look what they have done to other countries. Look what they've done to India. Look what they've done to America, and look what they've done to Africa. And
Sorry, don't blame us for Trump.
you are,
Don't blame us for Trump.
But trying to say
but you know,
the royal
but you know-
family isn't racist. The royal family is steeped in racism.
they are. They
Wrong.
very are. And for Morgan to say that they're not is absolutely absurd, and is absolutely upsetting for people like me or anybody else that has the knowledge of it, which I believe is many thousands and millions of people that know that is a factual thing.
I
That
think scary.
royal
I don't think
family-
the royal family know they're racist.
I
think
think
that
they
they
just
just
want their
so their
I think it's just what
mentality.
Mm-hmm.
It's their mentality, how they talk. They think that is just innocent to others, but the perception of it is that they are racist, and that is the reality of it. And Meghan had enough. And if I wasn't Meghan shoes, I was like, yeah, girl, I will dish the fucking dirt. Do you know what I mean? Like,
To be
See, the
fair,
thing-
right? Meghan is American, right? So, like things in America over here, we don't really know the full story. We just get the highlights and whatever's happening. So,
exactly.
over in America, they're getting a sense of royal family and princes and princesses and queens and people and Camilla Carpet Bowles. I don't know what she does. And like, or Audrey Roberts, as she's affectionately known. And then it's like she's got that fairy tale in her head, and we actually understand what goes on. They're not like
That's
say
it.
anything, they're not do anything, they're racist. So we know about the establishment because we live here, we've been brought up here, so we know what's
Precisely.
happening. And she's come into this and thought, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What is happening?
See, I think on my side of things, I see, and what I understand and what I've read and things is that is that
No, me, you fucking kill me, bitch.
is that
Wait, let me join you.
down chunk.
Right, sorry, Giza, go ahead.
No. From what I understand, what I've read and heard and watched, the Queen herself and individual people within the palace may not be racist, but the institution itself as a collective, the crown, is. And that's where the issue lies. So to
Precisely.
branch everyone as racist in there, you can't.
Exactly.
But there
The
are
royals
particular
know
people,
they're
like,
racist.
particularly the Queen, to me, doesn't come across that way.
Jackie, you might
They
get
know
this.
they are, they know they are, and they think they're superior to everybody else. They don't know Joe Blogs on the street. They don't know how we live. It's the same as we don't know how they live.
You don't give two flying fucks about us. That's the whole. That's the reality of it all.
The only thing the Queen's good for is bringing in tourism.
I mean,
So
look,
does this.
they had one chance. They had one chance of becoming a 21st century monarchs and 21st century royals by introducing somebody who's from a different mixed backgrounds into their family. And from day one, my personal opinion and my personal knowledge too of what was going on was they will not let this happen. They will not want to have anybody else into their, or let anybody else into their family who is of a different descent than a white British or, you know, of anybody else. And I just thought, okay, maybe I'm just wrong. Maybe I'm just delusional and their 100-year-old traditions just not going to apply to this scenario. But today we know from their testament, from Meghan and Harry testament, that I was right, and many of the people of this country were right to think that our royal family is constitutional racist.
And to be
And
fair,
let-
like, see, to brush things with tradition, why are we still doing a lot of traditional things? My gran used to make a traditional turkey every year for Christmas. That was drier than the Sahara. It's just no right. We changed it. We had gammon one year, wasn't it right? We had a takeaway one year. You change things up. Do you know what I mean?
Well, you do. That's the thing.
Gammon?
Yes.
Are you sure it wasn't a lump of ham? Because if you had gammon, a quarter of gammon for Christmas dinner, I think we should start a GoFundMe page.
I'm just saying, I didn't come
That
from
was
the richest
sad.
of families, and gammon was a luxury.
Do you know that
God.
Are you talking a quarter of gammon, our worst chopped pork?
No,
You know,
he's
we-
talking about like a glazed.
Oh,
a
damn, you're
glazed
gonna get
ham.
me hungry. I've got a
Some people
casserole
would
sitting
call
on the
it gammon.
stove.
It could have been spam.
Where are you,
Corned
where are
beef,
you
love.
from? He's a gobble. Where are you from?
I'm from originally Ayrshire.
Say no
Ayrshire.
more. Say nothing more. There is no words
Fuck off,
needed.
Jackie.
I'm gonna be that white bitch who doesn't know shit. Where's Ayrshire?
You don't,
Where
Ayrshire
I'm
is in
from.
the luxurious land of in the west coast.
you don't want to know. No, they're
Where
worse
I'm
than that.
from.
They're worse
It's
than
where
that.
famous
sorry.
for the birthplace of
Cows.
Larry Burns, the birthplace of Nicola Sturgeon, that band. Right, the song "Dignity" was written about a man from Ayrshire. It's there for Trump Timbury, and also apparently Ayrshire cows are brown and white, or black and white with a sepia filter.
Back to the
Right,
Royals.
you
Do you know
finished?
think Camilla?
So, hang on. I've got a point about the Royals, right?
Go on, Jackie.
Oh,
Let's-
Jesus, no, not again. No, I've had enough sugar in my life today.
Has
Enough
Charlie
sugar
been to
shake.
bed?
Look for it up a sugar
Oh,
bowl.
Charlie, baby, what's going on with you?
I think he's got a delay.
So, So let's go back to the royals, right? So let's go back to Diana, right?
Oh, go
Diana,
on.
Diana was friends with the owner of Harrods,
Mm-hmm.
who is not white, who is not British.
Mm-hmm.
He was going out
I think
in
it's more than
a
friends or
relationship
something.
with his son, who is again not British, not white.
Exactly.
Diana was pregnant with said aforementioned man's baby.
Exactly.
Allegedly.
So
Well,
they've thought, hang on, too far.
we knew that back then. We knew of all of these things back then. So why do you think they would have changed in today's society?
And this was their chance to change. This was their chance to show people
It was. It bloody
We are
was.
not-
Exactly.
we are not who people say we are. We are not these people. But they are. They are. And I think Will and Kate has destroyed any, how can I say this, credibility they had, because he was going to be the next king, and there was hope that it was going to be a 21st century monarchy and everything was going to be new and he was going to step in. And I mean, Charles was going to step in for like 10 years, right? Just because he can't wait. But we were looking to the future. We were looking to something else. And now it's like, well, I don't particularly like them either now.
That's
They were
it.
a glimmer of hope. And now it's like, no, you're
False
just the same
hope,
as
darling.
the rest. You're just
False
the
hope.
same as the rest. And the
Mhm.
flag bangers love the Queens. The Queen,
They do.
sorry. The
Bloody
flag
do. But,
bangers
you know,
love the royal family.
it's just like with Piers, going back to Piers Morgan. When he said what he said, excuse me, what he said was that Meghan was attacking the royal family themselves. No, I think he just took it the wrong way because he is so far up his own arse and so delusional that he thinks anything mentioned other than supporting the royal family is against it. But no, guess what, love? People have their own opinion and they can say whatever the hell they want, especially when they lived and experienced certain things like Meghan and Harry has. So, you know, it was a really shocker for me to see Morgan to behave in this manner on live TV at this time in the morning. I haven't watched it at that day when it was happening. I've watched it on Rewind. So yeah, if you say that again.
Piers Morgan just pissed off that Meghan Markle didn't give him his hole.
I know.
See, to be fair, like, I agree with what Meghan and Harry said that they stand against it, but I don't particularly like them either. All this crap about wanting private lives and all that, then moving into a multi-mansion house, the other side
But
of the
think
country.
about it. Harry can't live as a normal Joe Blogs. He can't do it.
That's it.
And because they've cut him off, he's going to have to do anything he can to raise money, more money than any even rich millionaire in this country needs.
That's it.
He's going to need security. He is going to need to be protected. And because they've cut him off, he doesn't. In his head, he wants to protect his wife and his children, which is fair.
Exactly.
He doesn't
At
know
the end
how
of the
to
day,
do it.
any father would want to do that. And especially
Well,
coming from royal background, he needs to have
Why does
he
Harry
needs to
need
have the
protection?
protection.
And let's be fair, we can't go and be a part-time hairdresser or a wee bit of joinery.
You could, it's not a pride thing.
He doesn't know how to do those things. He doesn't know how
If
to
the
do
Royals-
it all.
Reach it. No.
It's awfully quiet there.
I know.
I think Charlie's really bored. I think intellectual conversation has like whooshed over his head.
His
But I
head.
must say, Charlie looks finally
No,
cute out of drag.
Just Stu, behave.
Can
Apologies for the hood up the top.
But see, I'm not having a
I'm
grand
over
child
here.
that looks like
Please don't
Jessie J.
See me there, I've got foundation down here and I've
Oh,
I thought we were getting something.
same.
I didn't remember joining OnlyFans.
I was like, what is going on? And she's gone, oh, maybe she's not, but then she did not.
The OnlyFans profile's coming next week, apparently.
Instead of
What,
dropping a
for
single.
Charlie or for
Well, I
Chrissy?
still haven't shared mine with you guys. So, you know.
Charlie. No,
Charlie's been up for weeks.
no, Chrissy. No, Chrissy. No,
Scotland.
the
No
English
comment.
bastards. No.
You don't want to see that sloppy cunt, do you?
I understood not a word of that.
Good.
I heard, don't you mind some
Were you singing Shared Beliefs there? Is that what you were
Aye.
doing?
Yes, darling, I did.
It's because when Megan,
Megan?
Right, so
Come on,
Oprah
man.
the reason why
Winfrey, I'll
Pierce
start a
is
new
so
one.
hot is
Oprah Winfrey. Her weave was on point, but she had more fucking makeup on than RuPaul. And here's another thing.
Mhm.
Purple eyeshadow
what was with that book?
during the day for an interview with a royal person wasn't a good choice.
Excuse me.
Choices.
I'm sorry.
I
I'm
think she
sorry,
had to
Jackie.
dress and style herself.
Much
She could say books and that.
But are you reading Oprah?
Yes, I'm reading Oprah. I don't like Oprah, to be fair. And the
Those books,
purple
I
eyeshadow
bet
and the
you.
way so much makeup just
West-
Alright,
Oh,
alright, you made it purple eyeshadow, fuck off.
One at a
No,
time, one at a
it's
time.
fine. It's fine for a drag. Well, a man
Well,
that just- a woman and is the best panto person ever, apparently.
Right.
But
One of Scotland's finest. Not the
5 years
best
ago.
ever.
I know 5 years. I know you couldn't even put that in the same fucking category as Dorothy Paul, Nora Lane C. Smith. Let's be fair. Even like
Difference is I've actually got to meet and work with them. Do you have any?
Alicia Smith knows my existence. I'm happy with that.
That's good.
Perfectly happy. I can't remember what the saying. I put purple eyeshadow for during the day in a lovely country yard thing. And there she's sitting with her as a makeup on. She must have been melting.
I also
she's
think
getting
she
to a
done
fair
makeup
age now.
herself because,
Who,
No,
Effie or Oprah?
Oprah.
Gail done it. Our lesbian lover Gail done it.
And
Done
who
what?
dressed her though? Because those boots and these trousers, no, just nothing of it went.
No, it was just a mismatch or nothing. It was like, no. Stick to a TV show. She didn't
can't
know how
believe-
to dress for the country. And I don't mean she should have been in wellies. I just mean
Oh, God, no.
tone
Do
it
you know what it
down.
is? I think Oprah's a wee bit homophobic, so she's not got a gay stylist.
Am I
I mean, put it that way, it's just like Wendy Williams, isn't it?
I'm on the Twilight Zone. I loved what she was wearing. Am I the only
I
one?
never read all that. They are going to put that back up.
Meghan and Harry, I don't ask me to read it.
I like
Megan
Emma Gibson. Oh, Emma Gibson gets herself about. Oh, she really should be watching Myra Dubois, but anyway.
Myra Dubois. She was another one of my Snatch Game choices.
I cannot be asked for
What's
you.
my
Nah,
repeat?
that is wonderful,
And
but I
also,
cannot be
see
asked
this
for you.
jacket. This jacket's made of the boss. Here's a wee thing for you, Emma. This is Myra's jacket.
Is it? It maybe fitted
Aye.
her at the time, right enough. Does it fit you?
See, to be fair, he has the Harry has the best cover to get a, normal job. Because can you imagine him taking the bins out and people are watching going, that looks like Harry. And like,
Well,
oh, don't
exactly.
talk a lot
I mean, he's not going to be that. Remember her for Big Brother that was trying to earn money and she was taking the bin out in an old clatty house coat?
Oh, Nikki Graham.
Yes, and it's like no, he needs to raise a lot of money and needs to sustain a lot of money because they need things
I've
that
got a
we
way to
don't.
raise lots and lots of money.
Chrissy, can
Only
you
fans.
flirt with Charlie another time? You're busy. We're at your career. Thank you, very glad.
It's not happening.
I know, because Charlie's clearly the standard. It's like a
See, to be fair, I'm saying all this. I've not watched the interview because I couldn't get it on XTV Player. They're no letting us have it.
Well, it's on the ITV Hub. You can download the app and you can sign on and you can just watch it for free.
Charlie watched it
Sign
in
on.
TikTok.
That's what you've been doing for years.
Sign on.
A wee crisis loan there.
It's not called signing on, it's called being a student.
She needed to shave her head to get the crisis loan. Bill looks at. Oh, Christ, Candy's back. She not be in her bed.
Oh.
Well past her bedtime. Been
Oh, where
finished.
she is? Oh, she's just about. Oh, there she is. She's back in her coat.
She's still in the mood.
Yeah, I
He's
think
like one
she's
of those house
frozen.
dogs that can't decide if they're out or in.
Oh, she gone again.
She's barely clear on Instagram, though. She did a fucking Instagram live while she's away, perfectly clear.
Do you remember during the summer holidays when your mum used to wake you up at 9 o'clock and put you right out the door and say, right, don't come back to 4. And if you went to the door once, like desperate for a pee and a bit of toast, she'd be like,
Yes.
you either out or you're in.
Oh my god. I want that tattooed. You're either out or you're in.
You're either out or you're in. And honest to God,
I'm going to get it tattooed there.
Just watch a lot of declines.
Do you not think Camilla Parker Bowles has got a touch of Olive from On the Buses about her?
no, she's Audrey Roberts without the career.
See, to be fair, during the world pandemic, sitting in a multi-mansion talking about it, I've got better things to do. I've got a job to do. I can't afford security. I can't afford a multi-mansion.
The radiogram.
I can't afford for someone who was never going to be king, who had less responsibilities than everybody else, to flee. Days the thing for the safety of his family, whatever he wants to do, sit in a big mansion with Oprah, who's richer than the Pope, interviewing them with horrible makeup.
I liked it.
Aye, but come on.
To be fair, look at my face. I'm like Marge Simpson with that shotgun. I just is what it is.
Same shade of yellow.
It's my ring light. Calm yourself.
Right, we're going to talk about the real Drag Race now. Sorry,
No, I
didn't
can't
mean
ask for that either.
What we can do it quickly, Drag Race UK. What were your quick thoughts on this week's episode of Drag Race UK?
it was all right.
Well, I already seen it coming. I've seen it coming for about 2 weeks now. Now there's going to be top 4, not top 3, because ultimately they are all 4 of them are representing. Pardon?
Been in Reddit. Like, sorry, carry on.
No. Like, I feel like personally, I feel like all 4 of them representing different style of drag and different backgrounds of life. You know, and I feel like RuPaul wants to go into that brand more than anything else to represent different backgrounds of life. That's how I feel.
I think Nomi's wee shots hitting her there. She's a wee bit warm.
Aye. I'm famous for being a lightweight.
Same.
And that's the only fame she's got, but never mind.
You're just jealous because I said lightweight and you're known for being a big weight.
A funny big weight.
Whoops.
I wasn't disappointed, but I wasn't overly impressed with this week either. They all done fine in the acting challenge. It wasn't funny. The finished project I didn't find funny.
I've picked my winner.
I think it's probably going to be Bimini.
Yeah.
As we're going on.
She has grown so much.
Who's that?
Bimini Bumberlass.
Yeah.
She's been
Bumbu.
consistent.
Oh yeah.
Consistent. She's grew every week. She has.
Very has.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Like, absolutely love her. Like to bits. If Bimini, like my personal choice is either Bimini or Lawrence Chaney.
Do you know, my
No,
problem is
Between
with,
them two.
my problem with Bimini
What's
is
the ability win?
see because I'm so
I'm
different
Team
from
Lawrence,
Bimini.
but I think Bimini's now going to win it.
I hope so. I
Definitely.
really hope so.
Yeah.
And I hope that Taste is second. Because Taste looked like a real big bitch at the start, and I thought, oh, I'm going to hate you. But
Same. But she's very warm.
Mm-hmm.
I
See,
think Bimini-
oh, sorry. Sorry, no.
I think Taste has shown obviously that I think she'd be fun around in person. Like, no, don't know it sound horrible, but like she's one of the funny ones. Like Lawrence is funny, but you can kind of see if it's an act and it could get in your tits sometimes.
Yeah.
We
Like, you know,
changed it to
we can
something
we can
that's stuff.
see the Lawrence wheels turning all the way through every single time when there's a challenge, every single time. But at the end of the day, she's lovable. She's very lovable and relatable to so many people and so many people's troubles. So I feel
Do you know-
that's why she's very likable.
See when they were all on Ellie's back about the running order.
Oh, don't get me started on that. I mean, come on. At the end of the day,
Shouting at the telly, and I haven't shouted at the telly since Mr.
She got a
Hillman.
colour telly.
No, Mr. Hillman was driving them into the canal. So I was shouting.
yeah.
That was ridiculous. And see if Lawrence was shouting, bawling that
oh, Lawrence was pissed.
he's this and he's that. Well, see if you've got the talent to back it up. Doesn't matter if you're first, second, third, or fourth. You're
That's
going to
exactly
blow.
what I said. That is
I
exactly what I
agree.
said.
I
Anyway,
agree
does
with
the
what
Lawrence
Lauren
bar-
said.
That's
and he kept
it.
winding everybody up.
See, I agreed with what Lauren said, just not how he, well, not everything, but I didn't agree with how he said it and how he approached it. Because he was saying, oh, you need to do a shit sandwich. That doesn't work for Drag Race. A shit sandwich works for
Ellie
live.
won that challenge. Ellie won that challenge. And she was given the task of, you can pick who you want, why you want
How you want
doesn't
it.
matter how you want it, you can have it.
Exactly.
You won this challenge, carry on, pick the running order. So regardless of where they were in that, they had no right to say anything. It was her
That's
thing.
it. That's it. And that's what I thought when Lawrence was stepping over the line a bit. Like, look, I get it. I get that she's pissed and I get that she's close with Ellie, but at the end of the day, she shouldn't have approached it and she shouldn't have said those things that she has said to Ellie to psych her up. Because if I was in Ellie's place, I would get psyched up by the fact that Lawrence just said what he said.
Well, see, that's the thing. Ellie said, if you were in my position, you would do the same thing. Now, I don't know if it's me, but I have stood by that I wouldn't, right? Because I want to know where I end up in the finish line. If I'm first out, I'm first out. If I had the chance to do what Ellie done and I didn't do it and I got out that challenge, that was where I was supposed to go out. I want to know where I go without any bad manipulation. Not to say that what he did was a bad manipulation, but that's the only way I can put it out.
Like the way you think about
But look, if she wouldn't have... Sorry, go on.
a sit sandwich is better for an actual live show if you're
Yeah.
doing it. But is it morally any better? Because then that's still Lawrence saying, well, I know I'm good and I know Bimini's good and I know yous are all shite, so yous are still going in the middle. It's not any better. It's better for an actual show.
Yeah.
But she's still basically at the end of the day, yes, Ellie totally fucked him over. That's her perspective. We
But
just
look,
don't
if she-
know.
I'm kind
If
of
she wouldn't have
raging
done what she
because-
has done... Sorry, go on.
No, sorry. I'm kind of raging because what happened was Ahura went home and now we have a top four. But the top four is one person out of the United Kingdoms. And that's just really annoying me. Like, just bring Ahura. Like, nothing against Kelly. It's just personally annoying me that we nearly had.
She's like, I want the United Kingdoms!
I get what you're trying to say. If the top four had been United Kingdoms and that was it sorted.
But you know what?
That was
They're in the- But you know what? They're in the top 30 in the UK charts, and that has never happened with a Drag Race group song that they have ever made to be in the charts,
Did
to
Frog
be in
Destroyers
the
not
top
do it?
30.
That's what I was thinking. Frog Destroyers were in the charts. Sorry, they were in the charts.
Oh. Sorry, I'm pink
Research.
today.
Get the fuck down.
Aye, the panel looks were alright. Lawrence's was the best, but I recognise the panel was
Lawrence had the typical dame. He had the typical dame. In Scotland, that is a dame.
Yeah.
The fairy, no.
No. You
Nah.
do get same fairies, but I'm not wearing that.
Yes, but even Elaine C. Smith doing a fairy as the dame
Oh.
was bigger, and it was I think she was trying to look too polished and oh my god, I'm beautiful.
Very pretty. She's trying to
You
look
need to
very
wear-
fashionable.
She should have like an ostrich like ball skirt. Do you know what I mean? And like
Mhm.
things
But
like
you
that.
can do that when you do Dames. That's the thing. You do everything bizarre, and everything OTT.
Yeah,
And
like
she
Glinda.
hasn't really delivered that.
Uh-huh.
Like be
And-
Glinda the
and-
Good for Wicked, but come out in ostrich feathers instead of a ball gown. Make it all ostrich feathers and this ridiculous crown. Just
Make it camp. Yeah.
Precisely. Make it bigger than life. That's what Dames are.
exactly.
Oh, you know,
Like
Effie.
Do you think she was too scared not to look polished and beautiful?
Yeah.
Paul?
It was
Yeah.
Yeah.
like they try to justify it, but like, oh, you get fairies and pantos. Yeah, you do, but a fairy dame would have been a big tutu or a ball gown or something. It was too pretty, and also she's too thin to get away with that.
Small.
If Lawrence come out in that costume, he would have got away with it because the comedy aspect for it being a dame would have been like when the dame comes out in a swimsuit and you're out
Well,
in
yeah.
like, the fat suit and all that. Being
The-
6'10", coming out in a showgirl outfit isn't Dame Fairy.
Yeah.
To be fair, if Lawrence was wearing it, then he needed to get 3 and sewed them together. But that's another matter.
Hmm.
And no queen needs fucking hips that size. I'm sorry.
Wait,
Way
which
too
queen?
big. There's no proportion there. Lawrence, there's no need for those fucking hips.
Some women have big hips.
No ones that look like they're wearing jodhpurs.
Comment I want to fucking answer, and I don't know whether I do want to put it up and start an argument or not.
I put it up. Please put it up.
I put it up because I'm thinking
I
that
was
You know what I'm looking at?
Chrissy's going to have to just grin
I
and bear
can't.
it.
You put I can't stand Lawrence Cheney. He's crowned himself the Scottish Drag Royal. Aye.
Wait a minute, I have to go that.
It's more the second bit. Right. To my knowledge, the only Scottish queens that have performed in your bar are Reba, Ginger, Lily Minogue, and Barbara LaBouche, but I could be wrong.
Should probably.
I
wanna make that?
understand the point you're making that he's self-crowned Scottish drag royalty. However, within the scene that Lawrence does and the style of drag and the drag gigs that Lawrence does and that sort of like the sort of new drag scene that was created about 5 or 6 years ago, I would say is drag royalty within that sort of
He's got the
new
highest
style
profile.
of drag, lip sync, like doing like a 5-minute number within a show with sort of 20 odd people.
Get to
He's
the
got the
point.
highest-
Right, and you know that I love, like, you know that I love Planet. Me and Nomi went every week and all that. And feel free to, because I don't know whether saying just because they've not appeared at that bar doesn't make them Scottish drag royalty when the majority of the guest queens that appear in that bar come from the English cabaret circuit because the Scottish cabaret circuit is kind of non-existent at the moment. In terms of an actual sort of circuit, there's still people that are working, they're doing their bits and pieces, but not in the same way that
Aye, you
English
couldn't
are
hold
like-
up a list. Aye, you couldn't hold up like a list.
I did question Lawrence's. He didn't say he was drag royalty, but he said that he was a big cheese in the drag world. And I said, well, is he? And then Effie pointed out with a long-winded essay. I mean, you're talking words here
Just happy for you.
that in a certain group and being the face of a subway, not the sandwich, then yes, she is. And I had to agree. So yeah, but in certain, yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. So
Yeah,
I said, well, is she? But I think she's got, as the weeks are going on, she's got higher thoughts of herself than I think other people have. And
I
that's
think
going
she-
to bite me
No,
on
it
the
sounds,
butt.
Yeah.
no, it sounds horrible. I think she's always thought very highly of herself.
But then when it
I think-
comes to technical challenges, she just gets so much into her head and she just feels like she's going to fail. And to me, I understand that. But you can't contradict yourself, especially when you're on TV, love. Because you're contradicting yourself.
If she ever tries to like say anything to me, I will just direct her back to said documentary with Rusty Toes.
Jackie, she's on TV now. She's never going to talk to us. What I was going to say is,
Still got my bastard on the hoops. We'll not talk about it.
I think a lot of people in the news scene put a lot of emphasis
Emphasis.
on-
Emphasis.
on how many followers you've got on TikTok, how many followers you've got on Instagram. Not to sound horrible, Lawrence Cheney has thousands of followers before Drag Race. He could still go to Drag and they can't return up.
She has, hasn't she?
She could do a show and half an audience could be there. Now she could sell out Trigger, she could sell out other things. And I do think she's a highlight. She's a highlight.
5 hours.
Now she's on TV, yeah. I think she's a very gifted and as a talented queen when it comes to performing in makeup and costumes. I'm just saying, she is within the drag scene of the young and the pub at the club circuit is drag royalty because she's biggest profile. She's had every show. She's a very polished queen. She's one that someone looks up to a lot. But for others watching, just check yourself that 5 million Instagram followers doesn't make you drag royalty. If you could go to a bar and you sell that bar out consistently, I'll give you a crowd myself, I'll buy it. If you turn up and you've got this delusion and no one turns up, then it's
Talking about buying things, Amy, did you buy that wig for amphetamine?
this one.
What was it again?
This is a good shake and go wig.
What was amphetamine?
Say that again, babes.
Did I buy my wig off of amphetamine? She's saying.
Did you get it from Spitties?
No, amphetamine is another queen in Glasgow that thinks she is something. It was amphetamine that crowned me #WanWig and thought she was insulting me and done nothing to done me a favour.
Oh, aye.
Aha.
You see, I'm picking up your Scottish slang now. I'm like,
She's
oh,
slang.
aye.
The lingo.
Chrissy, that isn't the one wig she's wearing. This isn't the said famous wig.
Oh no, the said WanWig is, you know the red one, the curly red one?
In the promo picture, I think. Is
In
it?
every picture. But I like it. Do you know what I mean? And this one, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It's kind of a glamorous cat Slater, especially when I've twinned it with this, you know.
No, I see quite a Mrs. Kasha Davis about you.
I'll take that. Thank you very glad.
Kasha Davis? No,
No,
she's
Mrs.
just
Kasha
a lovely mum of the house. Like, yeah.
It's a lovely wig, and I think you look lovely. But do you know?
Hey, wait a minute, it's no wig. I've been at the hairdressers all day, illegally.
Exactly! That's her own hair. What the hell are you talking about?
And she's, by the way, she pulls the heat off you, so she does.
But man,
She's human.
She's a cow.
I see.
Talking about cows, where did Effie go?
I just shaved it all off, darling. I'm just rocking your Jessie J look today.
No,
Yeah.
that's Brittany. That's a Brittany call for help, darling.
2009 Brittany, bless her.
That's a cry for help. It's Sinead O'Connor gone wrong.
Bitch!
who's
All you need your 3 bows. Well, you've got 2 of your own. You'll just need an extra one.
That's it.
Charlie will help.
what
I'm
was
sure.
Jackie? I saw the video you shared of. Is it?
Terry Fox, the lovely Terry Fox. Yes.
Yes.
What was that?
Terry Fox.
What was that
Terry
in
Fox is
reference
a
to?
drag queen of a certain ilk who has worked at
Icon.
Madame Jojo's icon, yes. Who has worked at Madame Jojo's, who has worked all over the world, who is friends with Becky Lynch, and who
As an
has
actress,
worked with Danny LaRue and has had everything and has been everywhere. I mean, she is an age. You might know she's an age. But yes, it was a very lovely compliment and a very lovely tribute, I have to say.
it was. But what was that in reference to? What were they talking about? Because I can't find a live to watch it all.
They
What
were
was-
literally just talking. It was a Q&A, and they were literally just talking about. She's kind of like me, where RuPaul doesn't really figure. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't make you a good queen. It doesn't make you a bad queen. It just gives you
A
a
platform.
sense of entitlement, and that's the bit that gets me because RuPaul said so. So yeah, she's kind of like that. But what she said was that she admires queens who pay their dues, who do a day job and then work at night and fit it all in and do it and work your way up
That's it.
the ladder. And that's basically what she was saying. But it was a very lovely tribute, I have to say. And I will
Amazing.
be repeating it for years to come.
How did she come into your life? How did you meet? Have you met her a
Mind
lot?
your fucking business, you nosy cow.
Craigslist.
Nosy bastard.
It was Grindr, love.
Oh no.
Exactly. Who would message that?
Oh, never mind me. Terry Fox, oh no. You'd end up with a dust allergy. But anyhow, so
Anyway.
came across her. I had watched loads of videos on YouTube. I'm always looking at YouTube, and if I see any sign of RuPaul, I'm like, next, let's move, next. And then you get queens like Miss Jason, Mara Dubois, who are both geniuses in their field. You get things like that, and I just kept going, and it just took me in and in and in. And you know how you do that? You watch one video, and then 4 hours later, you think, how the fuck did I get here?
Exactly.
Right? So I did that, and then Terry Fox. So I looked up Terry Fox on Facebook, followed her, and then through the last 2 years, I would say, I followed her on Facebook and whatever she's doing, and blah blah blah.
Right.
And then in the last year with the lockdown, kind of you get to know her a bit because she does loads of lives, so you get to kind of know her and
Beautiful kitchen.
yes, beautiful house, and she says 35 kitchens, by the way. So it's just you just build up a rapport with. I mean, I call her the Tripe Hound, Terry Fox the Tripe Hound. And it's just, you fire off things and you just bounce off each other, and then you get to know each other and you get to know your personality through it live, and that's all it's been. It's just been through lives. And I was booked to go actually to, they've got a pub in Manchester that they've recently took over, well, a year and a half ago. The George Tavern, 42 George Street, Oldham.
Yes.
Yes. The Fun Factory itself. And I was booked to go for a weekend, and then lockdown happened.
Oh.
Lockdown happened.
Blah, blah,
Literally,
blah.
I had to cancel.
Blah,
So
blah,
I
blah.
was booked, I had to cancel, and I had to wait for a refund, but I waited. But yeah, and when this is over, I will be down there
We'll
to
come
tell
and see you.
the
Well, when you're
exactly
down in
what I was
Manchester, do let us know and I'll come and pop and see you, darling.
I'll come and see you and embarrass you.
doing. You embarrass me anyhow. Doesn't matter.
Oh,
I know. When you're doing a thing, because I get a feeling, I'm like, oh, she started again. Even if
she's
I know,
there.
I just know. And see, every Tuesday, my Archibald clenches when I know you're on the radiogram.
Don't be jealous because I got my own radio show, podcast, and YouTube.
Cumbernauld. I mean, please.
I was
You're
just gonna
lucky.
say,
You're lucky there's 150 people that know even there's a station in Cumbernauld, and that's a train station.
Hang on, is there a train in Cumbernauld?
Apparently so.
Fuck me.
And here's a wee story about Cumbernauld. When I was, oh God, 18, 19, and I was in the polo.
oh, many decades ago.
Watch yourself. Yeah, well, I was in the polo lounge, and it was in the days of, does anybody remember the trophy room? The proper
Yes.
trophy room.
Mhm.
What's now Club X used to be Trophy Room.
So it
Yeah.
was the height of the summer, and I was wearing white linen from head to toe with a
Oh.
flip flop. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Oh, I was the
come
height
on,
of
flip flops.
and I pulled, and then I woke up in Cumbernauld the next morning didn't know where it was, didn't know who the fuck that person was. And whenever I had to go home on the bus in the full white linen that had a Diane brew stain right down the back, down my bum, because somebody dropped a drink down me when I was in the booth. And
Oh my god!
it was a thing. And to this day, if I smell Jean-Paul Gaultier, I just smell regret.
Christ, I wish I had your luck.
Yeah, you'd never disappoint, do you?
Oh, Francis is from Cumbernauld. That's enough of shame for you, darling, but I'm sure you'll get well. So, next.
I think we kind of got through all the topics, I think.
I
That we
think
had planned.
Well, we haven't
Because none
spoke
of
about
us was
Drag
watching
Race.
American Drag Race.
No.
Drag Race season 13. We haven't spoke about yet, have we?
No,
That
Francis,
one's
we
not
haven't
anymore.
retired One Wig. One Wig will be back next week.
Are you coming back next week?
One Wig's coming back next week.
Thank fuck
See
I'm
what's
back at work.
happening? She's in the basin soaking. A wee bit of bicarb and a wee bit of the old Tresemme clarification.
That's like me on a Tuesday. Love it.
She's needing a shake, you know.
It's funny, every part of you shakes when you walk.
And I'll tell you, this is how I dry her. On the radiator, there is this loveliness, right?
Oh, this
So
lovely
like-
phallic shape, yes.
Oh, it's my objet d'art, darling.
Oh!
What I do is
B&M.
it is not. It was a shop in Uddingston that's now closed down.
Don't let her feel you. There's a love
Oh, I
plus sign behind you.
say.
British Heart Foundation charity shop.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh!
So yes, so what I do is because it sits on the radiator and the radiator's hot, and this gets hot, I pop it over, and it dries it for the inside out.
Oh, I see. So
I'm
you use
getting
it. Oh, I see. So you use it inside out. Mm.
Can he hide money?
Oh, I'll tell you. And can I just draw your attention to my lovely string of carrots for the Easter, you know?
Have you
Oh, I'm
tried
loving
dating-
your carrots in the background, darling.
Oh,
Have you tried
yes.
dating one yet, Jackie?
I'm very Easter-fied.
Oh!
And the other wall, I've got a nice happy Easter bunting, and it's not your shitey jute, it's full
Is it-
MDF.
Is it from
Oh,
the range?
I love that. You're so
Yes,
white. I love it.
Yes, and in the lobby, I have a wee bunny with a pom-pom tail.
If you're
Oh
from
my
Glasgow, that's the hall.
goodness. I would love that
Yeah,
so
yeah.
much. Just a little bunny. Mm.
If you're from Bothwell, that's the vestibule. So yeah, so that's what's happened. So I thought I would get a wee bit of Easter, and then I thought, oh, I'll pop my carrots up there, you know. And then
This is
tomorrow,
next month, isn't it?
tomorrow I will pop them in my pot of soup.
I normally just try and eat my own body weight in Easter eggs, but you do you.
I'll do. Well, the thing is, I am allergic to chocolate.
You could have told me.
Right, that's it. No, we know how when things open, we know how we're getting there. We'll just get baked in with chocolate every time we see her.
Is
I,
that chocolate?
I'll tell you
Do you
this.
want a
I'm
shot,
allergic
Jackie?
to chocolate, right? And I mean, I don't die or start taking a bit or anything, but it does something to the inside of my mouth and it cuts and it's really sore.
Mm.
You nice.
This side of my cheek kind of blows up a bit, worse than it is now before any bastard stays it.
Oh.
Purple, right? And one Christmas, I have a friend, and she bought me.
At least you've got one.
I know. I've got
Oh,
a
I
few.
know.
She bought me an advent calendar, and I went, I can't eat that. That's got chocolate in it. I'm allergic to chocolate. She went, I know, but go and eat one a day to see what size your face is on Christmas Day.
But you'd be a danger to door frames, Jesus.
What?
Oh, Gail.
Did you do it?
I did not.
I'm allergic to gin. It does this horrible thing to my legs when I drink it. I can't keep them shut.
Well, I can relate to that, honey.
I'm like that to Jaeger, but I
Jen,
still drink it.
just Jen. I saw you in Nights Out. Don't come by.
Excuse me, I'm here
It's
for the
just
band.
elephant.
No confessions. Oh, here she goes.
Me?
I've not got any
No.
just beside me. It's the only thing there.
It's the only thing at the other side of the bed, darling, because nobody else is that stupid.
Aye, but good for you. You fell both sides of the bed, Jackie.
Oh, yes, both sides of the bed.
You could roll over and hug yourself.
So, does
Wait, what
any
other-
of our lovely viewers have anything that they would like us to talk about, or any wee comments or questions they would like to make?
Goodness gracious!
Great balls of fire.
Oh.
I watched
I
with
do
someone
must
who
say,
did it.
Jackie, I'm loving the leopard print in yourself.
Oh, yes, I am channeling Cat Slater.
Fabulous.
Getting Pat Butcher.
Good them cookies. Mm.
Sorry, Amphetamine. Try better next time.
Is she watching?
I'm talking about you.
Oh,
You came in tribute.
And I thought I was blonde.
Remember,
thought-
if you're
you
enjoying
thought you were
yourself
locked
and you want to help Jackie buy more Easter decorations,
Yes.
pop a wee donation into the
Easter?
PayPal box.
Now, what I will say is,
PayPal.me/the Vestigirls.
and the tip
Just
is
sound
not
it.
mandatory, but it is essential. And it keeps
The
us
link is
with
down
some of
there,
the-
going forward and backwards. Right there, you can see it, darlings. Just
It
read
keeps us in
it.
the eyelashes we have become accustomed to. And we're going to do a wee GoFundMe page for a new wig that's a bit thirsty for Giza Global.
Giza, can you give us some
We're,
Jennifer,
we're going to
please?
buy it. We're going to buy it a wee bottle of conditioner and hope for the best. You know. Oh, Giza, you've had
So did you say my
you've
name?
had a wee request
Yes,
there.
Giza. So can you give us some Jennifer, please? We would love some
Oh,
Jennifer
yeah.
right now.
Let's get into it. Right. Oh, I'm taking the dog. Dumbass.
Oh,
I like to shout it when I do it. Yeah, I have to shout it all the time.
Jennifer, please tell us, how was your day today?
It was great. Started with a cornetto and it ended with salmon. Oh,
So
But
would you?
It was in a tin.
best of gear.
John Westred.
It's bad when I laugh at my own jokes and they're not even that funny.
Caesar,
I was just gonna say-
did you start drag on TikTok during lockdown, or were you doing drag previously?
I did drag once years ago, loved it, stopped it. And then, but I was like, never thought it as a career thing. And then,
Oh,
lockdown
right.
happened. I had all this.
Don't
spare
think it
time.
is now either.
Well, yes. But,
Look at Effie. She's fucked.
but I'm coming up on-
I only perform in Benidorm, Blackpool, Liverpool, Manchester, Dundee. Yeah,
Anywhere nobody knows her.
exactly, exactly. Anywhere I can go and do the shit, take my money, and no come
And I'll
back.
tell you, she's never asked back.
a one trip round everywhere on that show.
No, not a one round trip, a one trick pony, honey.
Bless her.
So back to Giza.
Still riding
So
in the pants thing. 2 leaves have just fell off my tulips.
that's lovely.
it's an age thing.
What is it that you want to do with your drag? Like, are you
Who,
wanting
me?
to continue this one after
you fucking
lockdown? Are you wanting to
Stop.
stay
Yeah, so
doing like glads and TikTok? Or what is your sort of forward plans?
after, like, I've kind of made a name on TikTok, which I'm quite proud of, and
The
I
work
want
speaks
to
for
then
itself,
do
innit?
sorry,
The work speaks for itself.
thank you. And then I want to do it live. I've performed live before, just never done it in drag, so it's not like I'm going to be diving into the deep end. I
Hang
just
on.
want to do it in drag.
We've all made a name in TikTok. It's you make it when you sign in, when you make your login thing.
Yeah, but some of us have more than 5 followers, Jackie, my love.
I've never listened. I just made one so that I could go on and see what everybody else was doing.
I did and share boredom.
That's what I did. Like, I had too much time in my hands and I was getting paid for work that I wasn't really doing. So,
Oh, fabulous.
yeah, so I was just like, I'm
Okay.
spending it on drag. I'm finally have the time to do it. And I did TikTok and
She's made a whole $9.99 look. She's managed to buy a Smithy's wig.
That's just like Jackie getting paid to do fuck all and drag. You'll be smashing you out of it already.
just get, I'll just stand, just put a mic in
Excuse
my
me,
hand,
Jackie
I'll-
does not do fuck all. She drinks, she takes a drink and she stands there and goes, I hate folk wearing other folks' clothing. You're a cunt.
No. You've said
She
that,
hosts
you've
a
said
karaoke
that
night and doesn't
wrong
even do
there.
the DJing.
You've said that wrong. I will actually correct it. What I do say is there's two things I can't go. Gay people and people that dress up in other people's clothes.
Right, sorry.
I'm out.
The other two things you can't do is
Somebody
talent
did.
and Weight
I
Watchers.
said it on Facebook and they deleted me. They commented first, bye hen, and then deleted me. And I was like, really? Because Effie's two of them, you know.
Mhm.
Put up to your pot.
Anything you want. Did anybody notice that Effie's fringe, Effie's quiff was right in the middle when we started? And now it's
And she just kind of going,
I know it just there was weird. I'm like, I'm just gonna sort of leave it. We'll fix it later. But
She just kind of-
every time she starts to talk, it goes, oh, for fuck's
Aye.
sake. Oh, listen, Alan, it's beyond fixing. It
I
needs
know it's beyond
the
fixing.
bucket Mines was in.
I know, but they're gonna have to donate lots and lots of pennies to the tip so I can afford a new wig.
I am
Something
saying
just
nothing, but I am thinking plenty.
Fucking sake, Jackie, say everything else.
No, carry on.
No, because I can't remember what I was gonna fucking say. I'm hoping somebody else is gonna talk so I can just slip back in
I'm
the
just
comments.
thinking I can't wait till this is finished because I need a pee. I need to throw my minge out of a bucket.
Go fling a minge over a bucket the now if you
no,
want, then.
I've just been for one.
But see, we could just round it up and come back and talk to each other off live.
Yeah.
I wonder if the loose women say that to each other. Fuck this, let's right? They don't get in my nerves.
We are sort of past the time, so if anyone has any closing comments, we'll wrap this up.
That was a wee rap you done there, darling.
Lovely.
A wee bit of £50, you know.
Yeah.
I'm good at unwrapping my sausage supper.
I bet my sausage supper's off the planet.
Huh?
Right.
That's what's the-
Is it
And
time
at
to
Sunday
round
when
it?
we would go to Planet Bar, we'd always get sausage supper afterwards. I miss it.
And I would fall asleep before I ate it in the back of the car.
Right, well, thank you for joining us this evening. It's been wonderful because
It was wonderful, darlings.
It's been decidedly average.
Chrissy was here. We'll say that. She was here.
She was
like
here, darling.
She was like a ghost. I don't know.
Anyway.
Effie, round this up.
Right, okay. Right, well, thank you very much for joining us this evening. We'll be back next Saturday, 8 o'clock, with a new panel and potentially another special guest from Glasgow Giants on TikTok if the Limited Queen or winner wants to come on, or just whoever the fuck fancies it. If you've got any questions or topics you'd like to discuss, you can always message them to the page for us.
Hurry up. Man said Len.
Put it down in the comments, darling.
Take care, wear a mask, look after each other, and we'll see you soon. Chatty bye.
Thank you very
Bye,
much,
dog.
guys.
Bye.